Hello, and welcome all to my WrestleMania 33 review. And what a long night, folks. We got a very long night. There are live reactions on the site, so you can check that out right now if you want to. But we had a lot of surprises and a lot of moments, and it was just a lot going on in this show. And listen, let me tell you right here, I sat through 4 o'clock p.m. to 11 o'clock at night. So this was a very long show that would very make you fatigued, if you want to look at it like that. Because I had to sit through the pre-show and a regular show, which did start at 4 o'clock, that we did kick it off with a very good Cruiserweight title match between Austin Aries and Neville. I thought it was a really good match. I guess they made the right choice of Neville still retaining. Maybe Woods will get, not Woods, Austin Aries will get his time soon enough. I thought he would get the big win at WrestleMania, but I guess they're going to, still kind of hold off for it. But it was a really good match. Neville did win. He did hit the red arrow. It hit a hell of a German suplex also. Very nice release German. It was just great. So I thought it was a really great match to kick off the show. I really enjoyed it. Next was the Andre the Giant Battle Royale. What did they do? This match means nothing at this point. This match means nothing. Number one, only Big Show and Braun Strowman only got real entrances. Everybody in the ring was mostly a jobber and stuff. And we just saw them get thrown left and right like it was nothing. Shining Stars, R-Truth, Goldust, Mark Henry, hate saying that one. The Vaudevillains, Curtis Axel, Bo Dallas, a lot. And the people you expect to win did not win. Number one, Big Show and Strowman were thrown out like it was nothing by everybody, which even I think Strowman was going to win this match because I think he needed the win, number one, which I don't know what they're doing. They're not doing any favors for this guy right now. You fed him to Roman Reigns. Then he got bitch slapped by Undertaker and Roman Reigns pretty much. Got the crap kicked out of him by both of those two. And now he got eliminated by everybody. Like, obvious reasons he would win. I don't know why. He did not win, but it made no sense. I put next on Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn, he was gone. Like it was nothing, just thrown out lackadaisically. Luke Harper was in this thing. Got thrown out. And you had Big Damo, NXT, Killian Dane right there on, where people were trying to, it was shave your back, but I think it was on NXT TakeOver. But people were trying to shave your back at him, and when it came to the finals, and I'm looking who's in the ring, I see Ziggler, which I somewhat had a chance, maybe. Apollo Crews, Sin Cara, whatever he was wearing, Kalisto was gone like it was nothing. Dude, this was literally the Jobber Battle Royale, pretty much. And when I saw who the final 3 to 4 people left in there are Mojo Rawley, Gender Steroids Mahal, and then Killian Dane. But no. And I knew I should have known when Rob Gronsky from the Patriots was in there. They had to put him in this match. He literally jumped the barricade and took out Mahal. And pretty much after that, they took out Killian Dane and Big Damo. And it was between Mojo and Jinder Mahal that Mojo eliminated Jinder Mahal in one. Dude, this does nothing. Who thought this was a good idea? Listen, I may not hear on the Hype Bros that the Hype Bros are okay. I guess it's him and Zack Ryder, and that tag team works for him. But when he's by himself, he's the shits. He's horrible. I'm sorry, I cannot deal with Mojo Rawley winning this thing. Dude, what drugs were they taking that they thought this was a good idea? Oh, did you starting to what, get some media attention from any sports thing? Because Gronk was there from the Patriots, and that's Mojo's friend. Just why? Why? Who thought this was a good idea? Idea mate. Cannot get through this review. That idea made no sense. Sorry, I had to do that. That long pause. But that idea made no sense. I was not on board with this Andre thing to begin with. But logical reasons, you would have thought Strowman would have won. So, just fuck that match. Next, Intercontinental title match, which was on the pre-show, I guess, the women's and the SmackDown women's, and this one was switched around. So, a very match that no one, just disappointing match nobody got into. And I know a lot of people wanted Corbin to win and were calling it. I called Dean Ambrose, to be honest, but the match was not that good. I don't think crowd was not into it. Something didn't click. The build was horrible coming into this. They weren't even on the show Thursday to get the final build. This was all centered over a forklift. I did not see the Talking Smack thing until I saw it on YouTube and see how bad it was with the Ambrose coming out and doing click. Just turning off Baron Corbin. And Dean Ambrose retained, he did dirty deeds, and that was it. It was like high and by. So it wasn't really much to say from this match. It wasn't that good. And it shows you what they think about their IC Championship. It has been bumped to pre-show status. Next was the... what match was next? Well, I guess the official first match of the night, which we did begin off with the New Day. As they talked about WrestleMania, they were dressed as Final Fantasy characters and rainbow swords and a whole bunch of other stuff. And I thought it was pull your levers, they said, which I guess Woods kind of looked at him and pull the lever for the ultimate thrill ride, which was kind of funny. Everybody did the New Day Rocks chants. But the first official match of the show was AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon, which was a really good match. Sure, I'm sure a lot of people did not take Shane seriously with those punches. I have to admit, I laughed at him when he just does all this and then really just pulling MMA moves on a top-level opponent like AJ Styles is kind of just weird. Like, this dude was literally kicking the crap out of AJ with MMA holds. But they did that thing. Shane McMahon got his big spots, of course, with doing the giant elbow on the table and missed the whole thing, even hitting his coast to coast, and we had a very long ref bump. Very long ref bump so they could use trash cans. But so I know people say AJ had to carry this whole match. They did a good job, and Shane McMahon doing a shooting star press, which was avoided, and fans said, holy shit, and this is awesome. Which AJ Styles finally get the phenomenal, pretty much hit the forearm for the win after hitting it the second time, because I thought it was really crazy when he hit the forearm the first time. They did a tornado DDT to dodge it. So it was a really good match. And I know a lot of people say it was one of the best matches. How you gonna outdo this one? First, I did like the match. I just thought it was a really good match. And I didn't know but it was kind of hard to follow, though. I will say that. But AJ and Shane McMahon, and yes, AJ Styles did win, people. So Shane McMahon. It would have looked really silly if Shane McMahon won this match. I just thought it would, just because. Like, he just had to be on WrestleMania to wrestle somebody. Hopefully AJ gets a better opponent back in the title picture. Chris Jericho went against Kevin Owens for the U.S. Championship. Owens came out, and then Jericho pretty much had a light-up scarf and a giant list of Jericho prop on stage, which was another really good match from both. Which there was a lot of Y2J chants out there. I did like the match, but it almost felt a little bit anticlimactic when it ended. Yeah, the match ended very abruptly. So it was a good match, but it pretty much ended with Kevin Owens hitting kicking Jericho in his leg. Kicking him in his leg before he got out the ring, and Owens hit the pop-up power bomb on the apron on the edge of the ring, and he threw Jericho back in. And I thought Jericho was going to kick out of this, but Kevin Owens did get the IC US Championship, which was kind of expected in a way, because I think a lot of people knew that Jericho was on his way out the door so he can do his Fozzy tour. So Jericho was kind of leaving after this anyway, so it wasn't that big of a surprise, but it was a really good match. I would say that it ended a little bit abruptly, but It's still a very good match. Next was Bayley versus Charlotte versus Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax. And here's also a problem I had with this show, which didn't make sense to me. Why does the champion come out first? The champion should be coming out last, not first. I thought that was really strange to me. Like, why would the champion come out first? And Bayley came out with like a whole bunch of, I don't know, had the inflatable tube people with them. Nia pretty much came out with some giant roll, which took him very, let me say right here, this ramp is very long, so you're going to be sitting there for a minute waiting him to come out. And then you had Sasha come out then with a classic car, old school, pretty much, her entrance was really cool. And then Charlotte pretty much had a green robe, which had peacocks just like her father, Ric Flair, had at WrestleMania 24 when he retired. But here's the problem with this match. Number one, this match was really short, number one. And the eliminations were very lackadaisical. First, Nia Jax did was killing everybody out there at first. And people were chanting woo because of Charlotte. But they pretty much took out Nia Jax with a pretty much shield power bomb. Pretty much triple power bomb to take out Nia Jax. Next, Sasha was eliminated, which did not make a sense, which they said was an exposed turnbuckle. I must have missed that. And Charlotte knocked her into it, and Sasha was gone. And then it was Bayley and Charlotte left. So I'm almost thinking it's going to be a new champion stuff. And the match was kind of was what it was, but I don't know if it was botchy or not. She tried to go figure eight and everything, but Charlotte looks like she's going to hit I think knock well she did hit the turnbuckle after that, after Bayley dodged her, which in a way she didn't dodge all the way because Charlotte kind of hit Bayley's back while she was lifting up, so her head didn't really touch all of the turnbuckle. And then she did a Macho Man Randy Savage drop, which didn't look like it because it was the 30th anniversary of the classic with Ricky Steamboat, and Bayley won and retained her title. But it was just not a good Fatal 4-Way elimination. Like the elimination matches, the eliminations were just kind of there. This wasn't really that good of a match. It was very anticlimactic. This is one of the most anticlimactic, uneventful matches of the night. I'll say that right there. I don't care who really argues me with that. It just was not that good of a match. It really wasn't. The eliminations that they just came here and go, and Bayley got a win, and that was it. So it just wasn't nothing much to speak about it. I was like, wow, they really getting eliminated quick, like it was nothing. And a couple botches here and there, but it just did not feel like a Fatal 4-Way match, and it was kind of disappointing. It was just uneventful, and it was very anticlimactic. The Hall of Famers came out like usual to present them, which Kurt Angle's music did play, and pretty much everybody chanted, "You suck, you suck," which was good, so we all got to enjoy that. Next was the Tag Team Triple Threat Ladder Match, which Enzo and Cass came out there, did their thing, how you doing, and SAWFT, the club came out, then Cesaro and Sheamus with the, I don't know, like, jackets and kilts and stuff. But the New Day came out, said this will be a Fatal 4-Way, and they said who, and we all somewhat knew this was coming. Once I heard the crowd chanting delete, 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 and I'll say my thoughts on this throughout the video until the end. The Hardys were back, Broken Matt and Brother Nero, which some people said that Matt was shaved, but I didn't see it. And Matt still had the streak in his hair. People went crazy with the delete. They did play Team Extreme, so it was pretty much Team Extreme in a way back out there. So the Hardys were out there, and I know I'll get into this after the match, but let's say here the Hardys did 2 ladder matches. Okay, I said this in a live reaction. If you want to see the better ladder match, go look at the one from Ring of Honor between them and the Young Bucks from the night before, and you'll see how great of a ladder match that was. I'll say that right there. I don't care who argues with me. I got the Ring of Honor one was the better match, alright? So, look that up. These guys did 2 ladder matches under 24 hours. I know they gotta be feeling a lot of pain right now. But, the fans pretty much, did their poetry. Fans chanted as, Jeff and Matt did their poetry emotion thing. They were delete chants, delete. People chanted Brother Nero. And Matt hitting a twist of fate off of Anderson in the, top of the ladder with a twist of fate as everyone went to delete, obsolete, delete. Even Sheamus and Cesaro pretty much doing their move with the what's the, oh yeah, the one with Cesaro swinging and Sheamus hitting the punches, 30 of them, so everybody did count with those and stuff. But after Matt hit that twist of fate, Jeff pretty much got on the tallest ladder and did a swanton bomb on Cesaro and Sheamus. We went through Cesaro, but he nearly flipped over on his neck nearly, so it was a dangerous move. But it's Jeff Hardy. What do you expect? Come on, look at the ladder match he did the night before. That was even more dangerous. And Matt pulled it down, which they became the new tag team champions. And people noticed this. Before Matt was about to do his arm with the delete, they quickly cut to the replays then. I don't know if that was a coincidence in that, so, yeah. Now, people wonder, okay, I don't want the Hardys on Raw, which I do agree with that. I wish they would have been on SmackDown, but it was a nice moment for everybody. They got to see the Hardys. I thought they would show them maybe the night after WrestleMania or SmackDown. I thought they'd be in Ring of Honor still, but once I kind of knew that they lost the tag team titles, you can't compare it to the one with the Young Bucks, so I still say check that out, but after they lost the tag team titles, it was, I guess, a matter of time. I just didn't think they would show up at WrestleMania. Now, people wonder this. Will the broken whole universe be in WWE? Because we all know what's going on with the TNA right now in that case. I know everybody's going to say F TNA or F that out and stuff, but I don't know. Listen, I don't trust the Hardys on Raw and to begin with. Listen, we saw what happened to Dudley's and how horrible that went. I don't trust Vince McMahon or Kevin Dunn with this whole broken universe because something telling me that Matt Hardy will not get full creative control and stuff. But it was a cool moment, and you know, just to say, you can add another tag team titles to the Hardys. So what are they now? The WWE Championships, the Raw Tag Team Champions, the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, the WCW Tag Team Champions, the TNA Tag Team Champions, the I don't know, PWG Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champions, South America, Mexico. The expedition of gold continues, folks. The story is not done yet. We've been going with this since TNA, and now it's been through Ring of Honor and WWE. Will we just see Team Extreme? Listen, it's going to be a lot of delete chants tomorrow night on Raw. It's going to be a lot of obsolete, broken Matt, Brother Nero, maybe Vanguard 1, maybe C. And I don't think Vanguard 1 is seen no Benjamin or Rebby or King Maxwell will be all on the show because I think they're just going to stay invested in the Hardys themselves. So I believe there will be delete obsolete. I don't know if the case is over in that. And listen, this whole case is ridiculous. I've stated this many times before. Listen, I'm sorry that the Hardys left TNA. I didn't want them to leave TNA because I was just enjoying the Expedition of Gold, and I was really disappointed when I saw the final Expedition of Gold thing they showed on there. So I was just disappointed by it. Right, because I knew we were never going to see them, and I thought they'd be in. Jeff Hardy, when in an interview, said they were going to be in Ring of Honor throughout the summer, but I guess that's not happening anymore, which I would like to see in a way. But it's like I said, it's a shame this case is going down. They just need to end it and let them go. But it's like I said this about TNA before. Like, if you want the broken universe so bad, why didn't you just just give them what they wanted? And no one would have to be in this case, and they still would have been TNA doing their thing. It's just kind of boggles my mind. And the only person I feel bad throughout this whole thing was Jeff Hardy, because he actually really wanted to be back there. Because he was in that company for 7 years, and he did all he did. Because like I'm saying, both sides were looking really bad throughout all this, and this ain't going to end up good for anybody in this whole case. So I just do believe, Anthem, just let the Hardys go. I'm sorry you lost them and everything, but it's best to just kind of end it on good terms. I know it's too late now, but just kind of do it just the honorable way and just let them do their thing. Alright? But it's like I said before, if you want them that badly, should just resign them, dude. Just should have did it. It's plain and simple. But like I said, the Hardys, it was great to see them back again. Which, you know, they never really went anywhere. I've been seeing them on TV every other week on Ring of Honor, so they got their big moment. I'm sure a lot of people marked out, and I marked out through all three. I marked through the TNA, I marked through the Ring of Honor, and I marked down the WWE one. So delete, obsolete, delete. So that was a highlight of the night right there. That was one of the plus sides of this show. Jerry Lawler was on commentary for this this mixed tag match. Al Roker, who called himself Chocolate Thunder, screw Al Roker, no one does not care. Miz and Maurice came out with a red carpet and everything. And next thing you know, Nikki Bella came out then. And then John Cena, people saying John Cena sucks because it's going to be a long walk and stuff. As Cena's mom was by ringside. And it was John Cena and Nikki Bella versus Miz and Maurice. Honestly, I'm going to tell you, I did not pay attention to this match this much. I did not care. I was looking on my phone. You could see that through the live reactions. Most of the time, Miz was playing to the crowd as fans chanted, Miz is awesome. That's what most of the time he did, and he pretty much started beating up John Cena multiple times. But after Miz did the neck breaker and stuff, and Miz was still playing to the crowd, even doing the Daniel Bryan yes chants, and doing the kicks, fans chanting yes, surprisingly. And Miz pretty much went to Nikki and did the you can't see me to her, but Nikki slapped them, which pretty much Miz threw Cena outside them, and Cena got the hot tag after that, as Nikki pretty much went in and pretty much took out Maurice, which Maurice barely did anything in this match. So come on, Maurice has been here before. She could have did some type of few moves in this match, really. Because let's remember, she was in this company before, so she was a champion. I don't think she's that green. But Cena and Nikki Bella pretty much hit double 5 knuckle shuffles, and Cena did his FU and Nikki did the rack attack or something and won the match, which, dude, just screw this match. Screw this match. I did not care. And then, oh yes, you know it, folks, the proposal happened. The proposal. And he talked about the time is right, and mostly a lot of fans booed, of course, and I'm sure a lot of women screamed for it and everything, but Cena did his whole thing with the proposal, and I did not care. I thought Cena was probably going to lose and maybe put Miz over, as some were saying, but I said, I could even call this before. John Cena going to win this match. I have no doubt John Cena was going to lose at WrestleMania. Even though he eviscerated Miz on the microphone and buried him and pretty much stole out of Miz's heat throughout this whole thing. After Miz did something, like John Cena tried to suck the heat right out of it. And he beat him, so I don't even know what's going to happen to Miz next. The best thing about it is that he played to the crowd, but I don't know. I can tell you this whole thing will probably end up on Total Divas or Total Bellas of how this whole thing will be, and they will probably do this off of TV. Alright, this is all going to end up on that show, and I don't even watch it, but I know it will be. So it felt like a waste. Triple H and his Undertaker wannabe entrance with the motorcycle and stuff was kind of weird, and even had a police brigade as Stephanie McMahon sat on the back of his motorcycle coming down the ring. And he had cops, and Triple H did his thing. I swear they give Triple H these grand entrances every year. It's ridiculous. He's Mad Max again, folks. Last year was with the Skulls and the Kingdom and Thrones, and dude, there's Terminators from the year before. So yeah, Triple H did that, and he came out doing his entrance, and Seth Rollins came out then and a torch. Once again, I still think this guy looks like a Power Ranger sometimes, and as we did the unsanctioned match, which I will say this was a good match, in a way, and stuff. So, Triple H was mostly killing the knee most of the time. We saw that a lot. They fought into the crowd a little. Triple H multiple times used the chair to hit him in his leg several times. But Seth Rollins even hit him, was pretty much hitting him back with it until they got to the sledgehammer and stuff then, because Triple H was doing knee bars most of the time to take out Seth Rollins' leg. But Rollins was trying to use the chair on him, but he just couldn't do it most of the time. And when he pulled out the sledgehammer, Triple H went for the sledgehammer, but just could not get it. He kept trying to hit him, but Seth Rollins kept dodging and hitting a kick on him and stuff. As fans did chant, "Let's go Rollins!" Then Triple H got the sledgehammer again, but Rollins once again he dodged the sledgehammer and stuff. And even when Stephanie got the, well, Seth Rollins getting hit Triple H with this, sledgehammer, but, Stephanie pretty much took the sledgehammer out of Rollins' hand. Triple H hit a pedigree, another near fall. And when he kind of get near the end, especially that table sitting right there, Seth Rollins did a great Phoenix splash from Triple H. That was a good one. I connected it beautifully on him. And when he kind of got near the end and the table spot was there, Stephanie tried to get Rollins, but Hunter was about to charge. He almost ran to Stephanie, but he dodged it, and Rollins pretty much super kicked him, and Rollins knocked Stephanie to the table, which fans were very happy to see. But I'll say this, it is the only time Stephanie will ever get her comeuppance. Because I've noticed this even last year. She gets speared by Roman. What happens then? She'll be back on Raw, emasculating every man and woman on that show again and ruining Raw just like usual. So this is the only time Stephanie McMahon will ever get her comeuppance. She'll be probably back on a week or two later back on TV and doing her same old emasculate everybody on TV thing. So we know what Stephanie McMahon bipolar will do. And Rollins got the pedigree and he beat Triple H. This match was good. Some people say it was like the NXT main event with the whole, with Rude and Nakamura going on his leg. So that was one thing. One thing we did not know was no Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe was not out there. Did not help Triple H. You guys see Samoa Joe beating up Seth Rollins tonight on Raw? 9 times out of 10, yes. I see that coming. So, it was a good title. So, I'm surprised we didn't even see Samoa Joe during the U.S. title match either. He did not come out there. So, Rollins vs. Triple H was a good match. I'll give it that. So, it kind of went long. I'll say this one, non-sanctioned match. It went very long. Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton. I'm going to skip the Pitbull entrance. I don't care. Orton versus Wyatt, which was good. This wasn't even a good match, to be honest, but this is where this match made no sense. This was a very bad match. Which, here, once again, we went to these things where they showed maggots and roaches like this was supposed to do something in the ring. Even fans did chant that was stupid. Because, like, they did the match, but then these maggots, was this to strike Orton badly? And no one doesn't know what to make of this and stuff. And Orton did, not Orton, but Wyatt tried to hit Sister Abigail, and he still did, but Orton kicked out. This was just like, this match was like 10 minutes. But let me note this again, people. Royal Rumble winner, supposed to main event WrestleMania, doesn't main event WrestleMania against the champion. Listen, this pretty much ended, after the whole last thing with the roaches and the crab bar, Orton just pretty much hit the RKO out of nowhere, won the match. This was bad. I don't think Orton looked like he cared in this match. So, what is Orton, a 14-time champion? This was a very bad match. And it's like this whole feud has took a left turn ever since the whole Randy Orton burning the house thing. Because then it got weird, so let me get it straight. Bray Wyatt brought back the Sister Abigail powers. He has the powers again now. So I'm going to look at this like this. I'm counting this as a timeline. Orton burned down Sister Abigail's spirit pretty much. Killed it there. Bray Wyatt comes back and smears the ashes on himself. He gets the power back. Then and stuff. And everything, and use some little crucifix stuff saying I have my power back, and all the multiple air growing people. What happens the next week on SmackDown? Randy Orton takes the crucifix and sticks it into the ground, killing Sister Abigail again. So he's double murdered the powers of Sister Abigail. But at WrestleMania, Bray Wyatt now has the power to summon maggots and roaches in the ring, like that was supposed to do something. This made no sense. This whole story did not make sense after a while. So it was a very bad match, especially for a WWE title match. So Orton gets the title. He was going to win the title. I know people said Wyatt should have won, but dude, I felt like Bray Wyatt was being a placeholder champion at one point, and Orton just was going to get the title back just because. I just knew he was going to win it. So that happened. Just a bad match. Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. Paul Heyman did his whole thing on the microphone, the superhero destroyer, which, I'll say this, with 4 minutes that happened in this match, people were booing both of them, but Lesnar started hitting, 3 German suplexes on Goldberg, and then Goldberg immediately got back up, no soul, and speared him in, and then on ringside, he speared him through the barricade after that. Goldberg was going out and setting up the jackhammer, but Lesnar pretty much slipped into the F5. Was about to do an F5, but Goldberg slipped. Goldberg did another spear, in, and then he hit a jackhammer, but Lesnar kicked out. And this is where the crowd actually woke up. They actually came back to life because they were very fatigued and did not care after a while, so it's a very long show. And Goldberg's about to go back for another spear, but Lesnar leapfrogged over him, which Goldberg pretty much hit the corner. And then Brock did 5 more German suplexes, and we got the 10 suplexes, I'll say that. And pretty much after he did 10 suplexes, he did an F5, he won. This match was done, and this was actually a really good back and forth brawl. It was almost like a finisher fest you would see in the video games, where it's finisher, 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 finisher. But the crowd did like it. I will say that. I'm glad this feud is over and stuff, because what is this now? Make Goldberg 2, Brock Lesnar 1. So people thought Goldberg was gonna win this, but I don't know if Goldberg would be here longer, or if he would do this longer. If he is open to do this, maybe we'll see him, because Goldberg at least looks like he can put on a decent match now, even though it was like 4 minutes and 45 seconds for a title match, which we probably won't see Brock Lesnar for nearly 6 months as usual. But we did see that, and that was actually decent as it was. They did a good job. It was a back and forth brawl, but it was still a finisher fest. Still predictable. We knew was happening. The women's championship, I'm surprised this was before the main event. Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Mickie James, Carmella, Natalya, and Naomi. In, this 6-pack challenge, I guess whoever gets the win wins. The pinfall wins, which everybody has some really somewhat cool attires out there. Some people said that Mickie James looked like the talk out there. And I don't know if this was a buffer match. Some people are going to say this, because I don't think a lot of people cared. Ellsworth, surprisingly, this man made the WrestleMania before the main event. That tells you something. And I don't think a lot of people cared for this match in a way. But it just was somewhat bad. Everybody was somewhat hitting their finishers and stuff. But Naomi was pretty much hit the springboard, and she pretty much got a submission hold on Bliss and won the match. Listen, I'm glad Naomi got her moment and was in her hometown, so I'm glad she got the title. But I just think maybe they should have kept this match on the pre-show instead of right before the main event. Okay, they really should have kind of kept it before the main event. Not before the main event. They should have kept this on the pre-show, not before the main event. That was just odd to put that title match in this situation. And then what was it? That the women's title is now bigger than both the WWE title and the Universal in a way also. So yeah. Next was the main event, which we brought Jim Ross back here. And you gotta give the Jim Ross, folks. Like, it was just nice to see him out there. It really was. Because Jim Ross has been through a very tough time in the past week. Losing his wife and everything, and it's really bad for him. But the fact that this man still went out here, did his thing for WrestleMania weekend, and got to call the last match of the night for WrestleMania, the man's just tough. I gotta give him that. No normal man couldn't do all that. So it was just really great to see Jim Ross. And I heard that they say he signed a deal, so this was done months ago. He was supposed to be here. So yeah. But now we get to the main event, and I know a lot of people are going to have a lot to say about this. And I know it's going to have a lot of people to say on Raw. Number one, Roman came out, which was booed out of the building, of course. And he was pretty much booed, which I know the people in the production truck, Kevin Dunn, was editing a lot of those Roman sucks and boo chants out. Undertaker's entrance happened, which he raised from under the ring, since thank God he did not walk all the way down this ramp, because we would have been there forever. And for some reason, this was a no-holds-barred match. Like 5 minutes before, like, who made this a no-holds-barred? Just weird. But this match right here, what do I have to say about this match? This was not a good match, even though Undertaker kept throwing out Roman Reigns saying, "This is my yard. You're in my yard." This is about the yard, folks. People did chant Roman sucks. Undertaker did hit a chokeslam on Reigns through a table. Well, not through a table, but it was on a table, but didn't go through. Roman Reigns was even able to spear Undertaker through the table, but Undertaker was able to rise up. And pretty much both were just hitting punches at each other. And I don't know why JBL said, "Oh, there's no point in pinning him. He'll just kick out anyways." Undertaker was coming back with the snake eyes and the big boot. And he did, was about to get a chokeslam, but Reigns got out of there. And he did was able to hit another, I think another choke slam on him then, because he went back to the, we hit the, what was that, triangle choke with the Hell's Gate thing after Reigns speared him, but he kept holding that in, and Reigns was able to, which this, here's how doesn't make sense. This is a no-holds-barred match, right? Why did Undertaker have to break the count? Why did he have to break the count? It's a no-holds-barred match. The ropes don't count, so why would the referee break that up? That was stupid to me. It's supposed to be a no-holds-barred match. Undertaker to hit a last ride on him, and then he got a chair and started beating Reigns with a chair, and hit him in, pretty much started kicking him in, as Reigns still kicked out and kept going under ringside at most of the time, and until Reigns came back, hit 2 Superman punches on him. He was going to go for a third, but Undertaker choke slammed him, and then he was ready to get rid of Reigns to hit a tombstone, but he kicked out of the tombstone, and here we go. We got to make Reigns look strong. So then they started reversing each other, and they let me say this real quick before I continue on with this match. There's a lot of reversals in that Triple H versus Seth Rollins match also, because those two pretty much started hitting the double, like, reverse pedigrees like 3 times, so that did happen too. Sorry, I had to take care of something right there. They did hit those reversals, and after that, after Reigns pretty much, sorry if I messed up right after the tombstone and everything, and he was about to reverse it, but this is what really got bad this match. When they tried to do the, when Reigns was going to do for a tombstone and tried to reverse it, and I know people are somewhat going to count Undertaker that he failed this because he was, I think both men failed this spot, to be honest. It looked really bad. It looked really bad. Botchamania bad, which I'm sure there was a lot of botches in this match anyways. Even Undertaker did hit the Hell's Gate, and that went somewhere with it, but I'm watching this match, and Undertaker's just doing his thing, and Roman Reigns kept saying, I'm going to put the Phenom down and stuff, but Undertaker was still kicking out of everything from spears and multiple Superman punches, and this reminded me of the Triple H match back in 28-27, where Triple H kept saying, stay down, but Undertaker would not stay down, and it pretty much, he was on his knees just looking at Reigns as Reigns kept started throwing sympathy for him, even though he was looking heel throughout half this match. Now he's throwing sympathy on him, and Reigns just kept going across the ropes back and forth, which kind of looked silly, and he beat Taker and beat him clean, which I don't know why they had a pyro shot off with Roman Reigns for, like he won the championship, which he did not win the championship. Not win, but they act like he won the title. Dude, it blows my mind that this man is main event at WrestleMania 3 times in a row. This is just kind of getting ridiculous now, how strong he wants to make, how Vince McMahon wants to make Roman Reigns that strong that we have to use the Undertaker at expense. But he beat him clean, which I don't know why he got a celebration for it. And his Undertaker still lied in the ring, and this is where the part everyone's talking about now. Yes, this was not really that great of a match. It really wasn't. I was never on board for this match. I wish this match didn't happen. I still think this was a bad idea from the beginning with. We'll never know what they were fighting over. But Undertaker rose back up. He had his hat and coat on again. Fans chanted, thank you, Taker. He took off his hat. He took off his gloves, his jacket. He left them in the middle of the ring. He went over to kiss his wife, Michelle McCool. Undertaker walked up the ramp, and he held his fist up as everyone chanted, thank you, Taker. He went back to the ramp and lowered down, and then all the lights went off, and that was the end of WrestleMania. And I know what people say this, I guess, as people chanted, thank you, Taker. I guess, is this the time where we look at it as, is this the final time we are going to see the Undertaker? Is this the match that has retired? I wish this would have been a better match to go out on, but it's just weird how they made Roman Reigns still face. I swear to God, this guy comes out, cut a face promo tomorrow. It's gonna look insane tomorrow night. And this match did Roman Reigns no favors. I don't think it has. This man's already the most hated person in his company right now. So, who thought this was a good idea? Who thought it was? So, was this the retirement of The Undertaker? Is he done? Is he legit done? It may look like it. Everyone on the internet pretty much seems to believe it. People have said thank you, Taker, and stuff. I wish this was a better match to go out. So he is now 23-2 now. Even though I think if this was for the streak, it would have been even bigger. Because let me be honest right here. I thought Undertaker was going to retire back in 2014 when the streak ended. Or even after the whole thing with 28 at Triple H with the end of an era, which I didn't know what era was ending, to be honest. And now that we see this, it was a big spectacle to end, and it looked really good. And you know, Undertaker's gave us a lot of great matches. I don't care what type. I know we are wrestling fans. We all have our opinions on things from companies and other stuff, and we have our differences. But if there's one person you can respect in this business that has done it all, and one of the most respected people is the Undertaker. Even if you don't like WWE, people still damn near respect. They pretty much respect the Undertaker. So I'll say this right here. Coming into this match, I didn't even think this was a retirement match. So I didn't know why everybody kept saying he was retiring after this, or is this final opponent. I just heard he needed hip surgery first, so I guess he was going to do the job, and that was it. And you know, I don't think it's going to be like Brock Lesnar. If it does, what is he going to do? Come back in a year after or near SummerSlam and come back and get his payback on Roman Reigns like he did Brock Lesnar by kicking him in the dick 1,000 times? I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen to The Undertaker. So, we'll find out tonight on Raw. We'll find out on SmackDown. Hey, it's the night after WrestleMania, folks. So, get ready for a lot of NXT call-ups, surprises, chants, and I don't know. We will see The Undertaker and Roman Reigns being booed out the building. And we will see the Broken Hardys tomorrow. I'm saying Broken Hardys, even though it looks like it's Team Extreme Hardys. This is probably the broken ones. But if I had to rate this entire WrestleMania, I'm giving it a 5.5 out of 10, like a 5.5, and I'll tell you why. Because I can look at this, I was 50-50 throughout this whole show, and I'll tell you what I like and I didn't like. We had a great cruiserweight match, that was really good. Let me tell you the plus sides of it first. We had a great cruiserweight match. Biggest highlight of the night, seeing the Hardys back here again, even though I see them everywhere. AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon, really good match. Kevin Owens versus Jericho. Really good match. Still kind of ended a bit abruptly, but still a good match. I already said the Hardys in the letter, so we'll just keep that by itself. Seth Rollins versus Triple H. Good match, so I guess I give that a plus. We had that. We had Goldberg versus Lesnar, which I'm actually giving that a plus just because it was a finisher fest and it actually looked good and the crowd was into it. And I guess if you want to put this as a plus, the whole moment with the Undertaker thing after that. But the negative side was the Undertaker versus Roman Reigns match itself. It just wasn't that good of a match. I'm sorry, but it just wasn't. And one more plus side, Jim Ross was here. That's a plus. But the match itself was just not that good. Very botchy. This match had no business being in the main event in the beginning. I just think it's odd that Roman Reigns was in the main event 3 times in a row. So even I don't think this should have been the main event. I thought both women's matches were a negative. Hey, I'm glad Naomi got her moment, but this was just not a good time to be in this match. The Fatal 4-Way women's match was very just bad, uneventful, and anticlimactic that I just did not care that much for this match. Just very uneventful. It just was not that good. The eliminations was just so quick, and like you just didn't know what was going on. It was just bad. Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt, that's a negative. That was bad. The whole special effects, maggots and roaches thing did not help. Bray Wyatt's reign was not that good of a champion, and now championship reign, and Orton's got it back. So it was like Wyatt just did the job, and that was it. That was not a good match. Another negative, John Cena and Nikki Bella. I did not care for the proposal and stuff, and Cena and pretty much kind of, I wouldn't say squash Miz and Maurice. Miz did play to the crowd, but we knew Cena was winning this match. So if we don't see Cena for a while, he was not going to put over Miz. He just wasn't. I guess that just wasn't happening at all. Another negative, the Intercontinental title match, even though it was bumped to pre-show, no one just didn't care for this match. I just thought it just wasn't good. It was bad build-up to it, too. This was not a good match. I knew Dean Ambrose was winning, but it just wasn't a good match. And the Andre the Giant Battle Royale was very bad. I did not care. You think Strowman's winning as well? What a waste that was. Give it to Mojo Rawley because Gronk from the Patriots is there. What kind of bull crap is that? That was just dumb. Fuck that match. Okay? Fuck that match. Just fuck that match. I don't care about that one. So, like I said, I'm 50-50 on WrestleMania. That's why I'm giving like a 5.5 out of 10. I will say this, it was better than last year's WrestleMania. Last year's WrestleMania was trash. It was trash. WrestleMania 32 was trash. Do I think NXT was better than this year? I don't know. I think, like I said, it was a better WrestleMania than last year, but NXT still did its thing. Now, NXT last year, that blew the house down. NXT this year was still great, one because of the title match itself, and the tag team title match, which stole the show on NXT. But I just want to get my plus and negatives out the way. That's why I'm giving a 5.5 out of 10 and stuff. So that's my opinion. I'm sure you all have different opinions on the whole thing for WrestleMania, but that's how I see it. So it was just almost like a halfway good show. It had its moments. Like I said, my highest of the night was mostly the Hardys, Broken Hardys, Delete, Obsolete, whatever. And I think the lowest of the night was probably the WWE title match between Orton and Wyatt. And I'm going to put a split decision on this thing real quick. That was like a two-way. That one, and even a match I expect to be better was the somewhat Fatal 4-Way Women's match. But that's my WrestleMania review. Check out my live reactions. They are posted up. Comment, subscribe, everything. It was a long show, 4 to 11 p.m. Jesus, that made you tired. But we got 2 more nights to go. We have Raw, we have SmackDown. Crowd's going to be lit tonight, so we'll see how that goes. I'm out of here. See you guys later. Peace.